Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we finally collected the quote-unquote last mana stone and are ready to head back to the settlement. Would you like to save your progress so far? Recommended is to keep a separate save file. Are you about to hit me with a boss fight? Yeah, I'm just gonna save on the usual. Would you like to head back to the settlement? I have no reason to stick around, so yes. Lambda! Thank the gods you are finally back. Quick, let's go see the Oracle. Welcome back, friends. While it is most welcome news to have you back with the mana in hand, it saddens me to inform you that Father's condition has only worsened. If he is not well, then how can we reinforce the barrier? Worry not, Manafinders. I've finally built a machine that can do that for us. Yes, Father has been spending most of his lucid moments teaching Ro a couple of secrets. It's almost as if he was preparing to depart. Well, I mean, it was only a matter of time, but I find it interesting that that's actually possible. Well, then again, Rose built a flying bird that runs on mana, so... What are a lot of you babbling about? You think we'll get at least one more laugh out of him? I may be old, but these two ears still do a fine job. Now tell me, how did the mission fare? Great job! It's good to know that you can manage without me. Lambda, come closer. Ever since we met, I had no doubt that you would become an outstanding Manafinder. You aren't about to make me the leader of the tribe or something, are you? And time again, you've proven me right. But tell me, if I were to pass away, would you continue to fulfill your duty as a Manafinder? Well, I gotta say, this game throws a lot of tough decisions my way. I'm not gonna say that I can't do it without your guidance. Because, first off, I could. Second, he can't stick around forever. I don't agree with Fred's convincing plan. I might go with Starkus's convincing plan. Again, I don't know whether this is actually a decision that affects the game. I'm not gonna stay silent, because I don't want to give the wrong impression. Like, by remaining silent, I have my doubts about being able to fulfill my duty. I'm gonna go with Starkus's convincing plan. Ah, yes, I've heard about his plan before. It's a bit out there, to be honest, but who knows, that may be what this place needs. I'm wondering if you would say the same thing about Frederick's plan. I am certain you will figure it out. Before I continue my much-needed rest, I wanted to say thank you. I'll stay and look out for him. You guys can go ahead and power up the barrier. Thanks, Heiner. Everyone else, meet me at the barrier control. I love how that thing looks. It is such a contraption, and a goofy one at that. I have an idea. Is that junk supposed to power up the barrier? Are you wasting our time? How dare you accuse me of wasting your time? Need me remind you this machine was built by a genius? A genius? So, not you? Ha ha ha. We have a comedian Manafinder, everyone. Well, I'm not gonna ask why did you not invent this earlier. It's probably something that took time to invent. Okay, let's go with this. It's a good question. How is the machine powered? I mean, just having that flashy light bulb up there is probably taking a lot of energy. With fire! Burning coal and wood does the job. Oh, okay. Are you sure it will work? Lambda, please! You should know better. Alright. Let's do this. And if any of you want to play this game and find out what happens if you ask that last question, I will of course be providing a link to the game. Okay, then hand me the mana stones, please. You hand the mana stones dash to Ro. I should check that out in the inventory. Check out the description. You know, you should try to invent something that would be a good substitute for this barrier. Success! Impressive. Splendid job, bro. Thank you, and thank you. Happy to have saved us all. Sure, take all the credit. Us getting the stones from the edge of the world had nothing to do with it. Ah, Starkus, I hope that one day you get to experience joy. I highly recommend it. To be fair, a thank you would be kinda nice. Say, bro, I left Stu's remains at your place. Could you tell us more about what you saw at the Tuonela? Sure, but let's take it easy today. I'm sure you guys are tired. You're not wrong. I could use some sleep. Let's meet up tomorrow morning then. Sleep well, Manafinders. You've earned it. Hey, Linda, you should go to your quarters and rest. I bet your bed misses you. Certainly an interesting thought. Funny thing, I was actually just thinking today, a bed is not one of the things I would be interested in turning into. So are people going to say new things? We love running. Morrow, a late Manafinder, crafted a legendary weapon capable of smashing dragons. Unfortunately, the whereabouts of said weapon are a mystery. Perhaps it lies somewhere in Avi's Edge, where he sadly perished. Wait a second, is that Morrow's Dragon Smasher? Morrow was my uncle, whom I cherished. Thank you for finding his finest creation. May his legacy live through you, Manafinder. I'm not sure I want that kind of legacy. Ever been to the Evergloom Rainforest? That place is depressingly awful. It has been like a month since the last time I talked with everyone here. So I can't remember if any of these discussions are new or not. Besides the Dragon Smasher discussion. Let's just go ahead and head to bed. I'm sure there'll be new discussion by next morning. Though I will at least talk with you. Because it's probably my only chance. You should catch some sleep, Lambda. We certainly earned it. Oh, and also everyone inside the tent, over here. Nope, never mind. Well, all the more reason to get some sleep as well. But I do also want to see if I can find Varkas. I mean, not Varkas. Starkus. Varkas is a Final Fantasy boss. Was that him lying down? That might have been him lying down. You should go meet up with Ro at his tent as agreed. Good plan. Oh, we're about to start chapter 4 here. I wonder how many chapters there are. If anybody knows, don't answer that. I'm just kind of curious, but not totally. Just thinking aloud. Good day, everyone. Likewise, Ro. Please tell us about what you saw in the Tuonela. When Sue dived into the abyss, I lost all sorts of communication with it. I was certain Sue was a goner. Maddie says there's more than one chapter. Dang it, Maddie! Anyway, but nearing dusk's end, Sue's signal finally came back. And lucky you, I made a drawing of what I saw. Ta-da! Behold my art! I mean, he probably had to do it quickly while he still had power. It's not exactly enough time to create another Rembrandt. By the gods, Did you hire a child to draw this? Could you perhaps instead describe what you saw? As an aside, I love the art of this game. Fine. I'll use my words since you can't appreciate my masterpiece. What I saw was death. Darkness and death. See, that's why I didn't agree with Frederick's plan. Oh. I knew it. There's nothing but trouble down there. There was, however, an otherworldly amount of mana radiation. So intense that Sue was fully recharged. So intense that the dead were reanimated, roaming in the dark. So intense that the very fabric of reality itself was distorted. And far, far, far away in the distance, a massive mana stone glows in the dark. I knew it! I knew I could trust my gut. Yeah, but the death part. Yeah, but did you miss the part about the slumber of the dead being interrupted by the radiation? Or interrupted? Let it go, Fred. Going down there will only turn you into a zombie, slave to the mana you so fervently crave. Aren't we all ready? Frankly, I kind of agree with Starkus. No mortal can withstand that amount of mana radiation. Once again, I told you so, fool. Just let it go. No, I won't let it go. Enough of your mockery, Starkus. There must be a way. Stop being so childish, Fred. You'll get us all killed. Childish? Me? Says the guy eager to go on a death march to Mana Hill. Your invasion plan is beyond idiotic, nonsensical, implausible, and worst of all, unfair to the innocent people of Mana Hill. At least it means we get to stand up for ourselves. Your plan is straight up suicide. Might as well stab myself right here, right now. Well, maybe you should do us all a favor and stab yourself right here, right now. That's uncalled for. Stop it, both of you! Phew, thanks for scolding the children. I thought their quarrel would never end. Now's not the time for discord. Certainly not in my house. By the way, get another look at Starkus from that angle. Yeah, that was definitely him laying down in bed. Maybe if I had turned my head to look at him, he would have been more recognizable. I find it interesting, by the way, that people in this game sleep curled up. Like, fetal position. Anyway, my apologies, Ro. And thanks for sharing your discovery. This genius here is happy to help. And don't sweat it. We all should sleep it off. Tensions are high, to say the least. We just woke up. Well, never mind on that. Agreed. Stay safe, everyone. Hey, Lambda. Tensions are high in the settlement right now. You should try sleeping off some of that stress. Oops. I keep walking to your bird thinking I could interact with it, but I accidentally step on it. Well, at least it's already broken. Did you hear the argument in there? No. I was hoping I could get another look at that drawing. If anybody saw this at first glance, they would question it, to say the least. And that question is this supposed to be on fire? Well, maybe after a little bit of time, he'll create a better version of it. So, sleeping position, Maddie says, makes sense. With how dangerous it is most of the time, sleeping in position that covers your vitals is probably second nature. That's definitely a good point. Especially for us who go out sleeping in the wilderness, where our little camps are probably not protected by a mana shield. Starkus is an idiot. I should just go to sleep so I can clear my mind. You know what I do to clear my mind? Either play video games or watch YouTube. I don't think they have that here. All the more reason to get back to Mana Hill. I'm sure they have that stuff, right? You know what? It's not just that Varkas is sleeping sideways all curled up. He also doesn't look angry.